John. Hello, hello. Can you guys hear us? Nikki, I told everybody that I was dubbing this Wine Wednesday, and I was going to be like Kathleen Hoda. So
I'm so sad I don't have one.
I know, you're almost done. You're almost done.
No.
All right. Are you seeing anything, Erica? Did we say anything that they can see us? Let's see. Can you all hear us?
Everybody's watching Empire.
Yeah, they're gone.
I know. I was thinking, what are you girls doing?
I know, and I want to die because we don't have DVR here.
Oh.
I know. Foul.
Yeah. Might have to change up your week.
Right?
No more team calls on Wednesday.
Drip. Drip.
All right, we are good to go. I'm always just paranoid that we're not being seen or heard, and then it'd be all for nothing. So we're good. We're good. All right, guys. So welcome. Thank you guys for getting on with us tonight. I know it's late for some of you, but this has seemed to be the night that works out best for everybody so far. And if you're a newer coach, welcome. If this is your first team call, we do these every other Wednesday, and then on the opposite Wednesday, we just do a live Q&A thread in the team page. And usually we try to get a guest speaker on so you guys can hear from different coaches and hear different topics and exciting things. But tonight is really, really, really special because we have my upline who brought me into this business, one of my great friends, and the founder of Beatnik Dynasty, which is our big fit fam, Niki Whiting, on with us. So we're really, really excited. Hi. I don't really have any announcements tonight other than I've been trialing MailChimp. I'm sure you guys have seen some emails pop in your inbox from me. And if you're not getting those, first of all, if you're super new, you're probably just not on the list yet, so I'll be continually updating that. But if you aren't a new coach and you're still not getting that, make sure that the email katieflynnfit@gmail.com is in your contacts of your email, because if not, it usually will go into like a spam folder. So that's probably why you're not seeing it. But yeah, I think that's all we have for announcements. By all means, guys, I know it's Wednesday. It's the end of our week, and not only that, it just so happens that a Wednesday is the last day of the month, so it's like double whammy. So if you are pushing for Success Club or trying to lock a rank in or something, by all means, hop off and catch the recording tomorrow. Go do your thing. Go do what you got to do. And again, catch the recording tomorrow. Everything will be on this same link. But I'm just going to jump in and hand it over to Nikki, but I wanted to give her a quick intro for those of you that don't know her. Again, she's the founder of Beatnik Dynasty, and she is, again, who brought me into this business. I've known Nikki, Eric and I both have known Nikki for a lot of years because we knew her husband's family. We grew up with them in Wilmington, but we didn't get to really know her more personally until we came across her doing Beachbody on Facebook, and she invited us to do her challenge group, and she is who helped Eric and I lose 110 pounds combined. So she definitely is a huge part of our story, and we would not be here without her at all. She is a 9-star diamond coach with 16 personally sponsored diamonds, so it's crazy, amazing. She's a Success Club 10 legend. She's a mom and a wife, a former teacher turned girl boss. So again, we're just really excited to have you, Nikki, and I'm just gonna hand it over. And then we can, if you're okay, maybe we'll open for some questions at the end.
Yeah, sure. I like got emotional. I don't know if it's like I don't know what's happening. It's weird because like our relationships build, over time, and like to think about how we met, and then the fact that we're all here together, and like so many friendships come out of this. So if you guys are a new coach and you're on this call, like one of the coolest things about coaching is the fact that you find and build these relationships and these friendships with people that are all over the place, all over the country. I'm in Kentucky, and they're up we're Florida now and Pennsylvania, so everywhere. But thank you for that, and I am absolutely honored to be on the call tonight with all of you. Like Katie said, if you are pushing for the end of the month, it is not over. I just hopped off the phone with my sister-in-law who she was sitting at 0 Success Club points yesterday. She was had a challenge pack returned, so she had gone from 2 points to nothing, and is going to hit Success Club 10 today. So it happens, and it all happened because she got in her inbox, and that was a fear of hers, and she did it. So I just wanted to give you guys that tip as you're kind of finishing the month strong. And then this call is going to all just be about starting the month off strong, because tomorrow is October 1st, which happens to fall on a brand new week for us as far as Beachbody goes. So it's perfect timing. And I have a few notes, so if you see me glancing down, it's because of that, but they're all over the place. So here we go. I'm going to just kind of talk to you guys about what I do. I feel like the best way to just explain how to start off strong is to explain what I do to try to start strong with the month. I don't know about you, but I don't like having to worry at the last few days of the month. And that does not have to happen if you're doing everything that you need to do in the beginning of the month. Or, like I like to say, even at the end of a month, knowing that you're setting yourself up for the new month. So having this call now is perfect. And a lot of you guys know that really the key of everything is consistency. You hear that all the time, but getting plugged in daily and knocking out your power hours is such a big part of it. So it's like, what do I do differently at the first of the month to share, you know, what I do that could be different than what you're doing and getting you hitting early on with Success Club. We try to make a goal. A lot of the leaders, we like to say, let's hit Success Club 10 by the 10th. And we talk about that all the time. And the reason for that is because we want to hit Success Club 10. It's non-negotiable. We're going to do it. The leads alone that you get from hitting Success Club make it worth it. So we talk about that all the time, and in order to do that, we have to kind of get organized. And so to do that, I make lists and I get a plan. The magic happens in the planning and the organization. So open up your calendar. For me, I have a planner. It's a planner that I got from Target, actually. I've had the Erin Condren. I've had some of the more expensive ones, and the one that works best for me is just a Target like $10 planner, because it has a lot of space and I need that space. So I have that. I also have, you guys probably can't see it, but I have a large board in front of me, a whiteboard, and it kind of gives me a calendar of events. And so I open up that calendar, I open up the planner, and I think right away, when are my groups starting? Okay, when are my groups going to begin? How can I set myself up to hit Success Club early on so that I'm not worrying about it? And so I do that, and I start with inviting. So I make a list, and I think, okay, who am I going to reach out to? And you guys hear all the time, make a list. I still do that as a coach now, 2.5 years in. A brand new coach is asked to put 20 people down or 50 people down or 100 people down on the list and go through that list and invite. We still do that as top coaches. Okay, and so that is where you have to remember that consistency is so key, because what happens is you get out there and you invite, because those messages now are going to allow you to hit Success Club for next month. So it really goes in a cycle. I try to tell people all the time, maybe you're going to send out 20 messages and you're going to get 10 no's, but those 10 no's could be maybes or yeses by the end of this month leading into the next month. So it kind of goes in this consistent cycle. And so that's what I try to tell people. If you're always sending out hey girl messages, that's what we like to call like the very first message that you send out, you're starting relationships. And by the end of the month, by the end of the week even, you should be able to close that conversation by inviting someone into your challenge group. So I want to start by talking about it, and I'm sure that Katie and them have already posted about it in your pages, but the challenge pack specials for the month. So 21 Day Fix is back. I'm so excited. It's the easiest challenge pack to sell, you guys. They're getting basically the fix for free when they get Shakeology. The fix has a huge name. Autumn has a great name now with Beachbody. The Fixate cookbook is attached to it. There are so many ways that you can play this up, okay? And I will tell you that some of the best ways that I got traction I'm going to kind of tell you some posts that I did to promote 21 Day Fix that helped. But before I forget, Body Beast is also on sale. So the Body Beast Challenge Pack is another really great option. There's a reason for that. Both of those are on sale because they know the launch of the Master Hammer and Chisel is going to be massive. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge for your team. It's going to be huge for you and the growth in your business. But although that program comes out in December, it has to start now. You have to start promoting. You have to start talking about Autumn. You have to start talking about the 21 Day Fix meal plan because that's what's going to be used with Hammer and Chisel. And you just need to get your customers and your followers familiar with it. And so I try to tell people, use those challenge packs to your advantage, and this month especially leading into that launch. So what I am telling my coaches is I really think that a hybrid group or choosing one of the programs and going for that is a really good option for you as you're trying to think of, first of all, what program you should be doing, and second of all, what program you want your customers to be doing. So what I'm doing is I'm promoting a hybrid group. I did that just by showing my progress using the 21 Day Fix meal plan in a picture and did a soft call to action post. So I just quietly asked them at the end of my post about all the progress I was getting, if any of them wanted to get in on it with me. And I shared that none of my progress came from a gym. And that's shocking to a lot of people. And so you need to be sharing your progress all the time. You need to be posting as a product of the product daily. You have to give people a peek into the program without giving them the whole thing. And so that's going to happen, by sharing bits and pieces, sharing a video of you creating one of the meals and using those containers, sharing a recipe. A lot of people, I shared a chili recipe and they couldn't believe that that was 21 Day Fix approved. And videos of you working out and just bits and pieces of it. We don't want them to have the whole thing. If they have the whole thing, they don't need the program, right? They don't need us. So we have to make sure that we're doing, excuse my language, but doing our shit, because that is what we talk about all the time. Just do your shit. And that, honestly, when you break down what we mean by that, all I mean is that you guys are doing the basics every day. It's so easy to get busy, and before you know it, you haven't posted, you haven't done your own workout, you haven't made your own Shakeology, and the day's slipping away from you. And I can tell you from experience that you're going to notice a slip in your business and your success when you're not being a product of the product. I for sure notice it when I put a back burner on working out and eating well, and it just changes everything. It changes my mindset. I have nothing to talk about, and so when we're doing the programs ourselves, we constantly have something to share. So for me, what I've been doing just as soft posts, one thing I did was I put my snack out and I did all the containers that I was going to be using, and then basically just explained to people what they're getting, how much food they're getting with these portions, because a lot of people feel like the containers can be small, it's not enough, whatever. But what they come to realize is it's actually a whole lot of food, and they sometimes struggle with eating at all. The other thing is just clips of your workout, and I prop my phone up. I videotape myself, I put it in Pic Collage, put some fun music on in the background, and talk about the program. Talk about how it's changing you. The other thing are the recipes, which I've already talked about. So just make sure that you guys are doing those little things along the way as you're leading up to your challenge group. Slow months do not mean that we stop inviting. And so I want to let you know and be aware, if you weren't around this time last year, that it can tend to be a slow time. We don't like to talk about it because we don't want it to be a slow time. But you need to know that with the slow time comes a huge wave, a big wave of momentum, a big volume jump, a big income growth at the beginning of the year. But that won't happen for you if you are not putting in the work in the quarter leading up. So October, November, December is huge. Hit it hard. You need to be, when it slows down, you don't stop inviting. If you get more no's, you don't stop inviting. You work harder. During the slow months, I find myself working harder because I want to push through, and I know that all that pushback that I'm giving is going to be something that comes back in a positive way when those people are ready, later towards the new year. And so that's something that you need to be talking about right now. There are holidays coming up. Share examples in your call to action posts that you do online. I tell people, I know last year I did, how do you want to feel at New Year's Eve? How do you want to feel when you go to that party and you're wearing that dress? Now is the time to talk about that. We can't get someone in a challenge group on December 25th and expect them to have the results they want by New Year's Eve. So we have to talk about it now. And another really cool thing that I saw Rob Pearson do was a countdown to Christmas. It was really cool. He posted a picture and he said, of all the New Year's resolutions that I'll have this year or something like that, it will not be any changes to my body. And that's crazy because he's already putting in the work now. So get people thinking about it. It was smart. I was thinking, oh my gosh, I only have like a couple months, and that's such a great idea. So use what you see out there as well to change it and make it your own. Now, do we want to see 100 of those posts tomorrow with that exact quote? No, but you can make it your own, make it original to you and authentic to you. So some different things that you can be doing kind of when you're scheduling out your month. I like to do, if I'm doing a clean eating group, early in the month. And the reason that I like to do it early on is because if I do a free 7-day clean eating group now, I'm starting relationships, I'm building those, I'm getting people into something, and giving them something of value, and then from there I can ask them about joining the challenge group and a challenge pack, which by the 10th or the 15th even, which would be halfway through the month, you're getting some Success Club points on the board. The other thing is inviting constantly about the coaching opportunity. And a lot of people don't do this because they're nervous. They're nervous about talking about coaching, and that was a big mistake I made early on. I was so afraid to talk about the coaching opportunity that it just took me a while to kind of pick up the pace and add coaches. And now that I see what the opportunity is, it's so easy to talk about it, and I feel like I'm doing a disservice if I'm not. But I just want to encourage you as newer coaches who are trying to build, it's important to talk about coaching and what it's done for you. So those posts, you should be doing at least once a week, a post that's a soft call to action, meaning talking about the coaching opportunity in a way that doesn't come off as though you are. My recent and the most popular post that I got when I talked about coaching was just a picture of me and my daughter on our bed. It had nothing to do with fitness. The picture was not, it was just a picture of me and her. And within that, I talked about the different things that coaching has done for me. How did it make me feel? What have I been able to do financially? And in the beginning, was I able to say I replaced my income? Absolutely not. Did I still do those posts? Yes. And what I was able to say was I just paid for my gas for the month. I just paid for groceries for the week. I just paid for all of our bills for the first time. I just paid our mortgage for the first time. And all those slow things are all successes. You have to celebrate where you are in those successes. If it's small and you're paying for $30 in gas because of Beachbody, give yourself props for that. You should be thankful for that and proud of that. And when that builds onto something more, then we celebrate that too. So celebrate all your, the whole process. Don't get so caught up into it that you forget to remember all the great things and all the value that it's adding to you. If you have a glance group going, if you're starting your own, or if you have a team glance that you're able to get into, that is the perfect opportunity for you to be mass inviting people. I mean, you should be inviting people in a private message and in a post. You could promote and boost your posts, all of those things in a way where they're going to get all the information about coaching in one spot, and a lot of times the business is presented for you. So that is an absolute no-brainer, and I like to set my glance groups up mid-month so that if I'm still looking to get a few more Success Club points, I can get those by adding a couple coaches and hopefully hit that goal. I am going to promote my group, which starts on the 11th or 12th. It's that Monday. It's 2 weeks from Monday, this past Monday. So I'm promoting it this week. I promote it Monday and Tuesday, and then I'm going to promote it next week on Sunday and Monday. So you guys should be writing that in your calendar. What day am I going to promote it? If it's 2 weeks out, go back 2 weeks and look at when you need to promote for your paid challenge group. Let's see. I also want to just kind of quickly tell you guys and talk to you about just balancing your team while you're doing all of this. It's easy to kind of get caught up in it and not really knowing where to allot your time and delegate things. So I just want you to remember you need to have a consistent form of communication with your team. As your team is building, how are you bringing them on? Are you bringing them on strong? Because if you're bringing them on strong, that's going to help you have a strong month. And because it is all about the team, you guys, you have to get back to knowing that everybody is part of Team Beachbody. So really figure out how you're going to communicate with them. Is it going to be weekly? Is it going to be bi-weekly? Is it going to be every 3 weeks, once a month? Whatever you choose to do, make sure it's consistent and get that in your planner as well. Let's see. How many are you going to be inviting daily to a group until you hit Success Club? For me, I'm going to be reaching out to 5 people a day. In the beginning, I was reaching out to 10 people a day, sometimes 15. It just depended on how quickly I could get back to the messages. So I really want you guys to kind of write that down, put that number in your head, and start doing it tonight. But it just comes down to you guys really to just scheduling and planning and organization. And you have to be okay. I'll kind of end it with this because I feel like I've just bounced all over the place. But you have to be okay with crickets on posts. You have to be okay with a small number of likes, or sending out 10 messages and getting back 8 no's. Those people will always be there. There's always going to be people that say no. There's always going to be people that, maybe don't celebrate the progress the way other people would. But I can't tell you how many no's that I've heard. But it's about the no's that get you to the yeses. And we talk about that all the time. But in order for you to have success, you have to fail. And failing can be hearing the no's. And a lot of times that cripples people from even getting started. So I encourage you guys to get out there and push yourself to get out of your comfort zone. It's Wednesday, Woman Crush Wednesday. If you haven't posted today, get on it. And show another person's transformation. Show your own. Talk about your challenge group. Do you want to be the next transformation? Talk to people in a way that makes them feel like they need your challenge group and they need you as a coach. But that is kind of my hodgepodge of notes all over the place. I'm sorry.
No, that was awesome. I mean, guys, I still all types of notes. This is a prime example of you never stop learning. I'm scribbling and scribbling and scribbling on the back of an invoice sheet because Josh and I have nothing here yet. So no notebooks, anything. But yeah, that was awesome. Erica posted, guys, in FlyNation, a thread. If anybody has any questions, don't be shy. I mean, it's awesome that we have Niki on here now, and she's willing to answer a few questions. If you guys have anything, feel free to comment there. We'll give that a few minutes. But yeah, I mean, there were just certain things that like stood out to me. You know, I've been coaching for over 2 years, and sometimes it's so easy to lose track of those simple basic things that she's talking about, and like just being a product of the product alone. Like, you know, for example, I lost my 60 pounds, and I shared that every single day from day one till the day I did it. And I share when I maybe slipped up and needed a 3-day refresh or something. But I'm really like excited these next few months to again be the product of the product again. Like it never stops. So you always can have new goals and new things you want to do with your own transformation, no matter what it is. If it's losing weight, gaining weight, or yeah, losing weight, gaining muscle, whatever. And I think with the 21-day fix, it's just like it's a no-brainer. Like it really is. It's a no-brainer. And Eric and I were talking before the call started about like going backwards from Thanksgiving and figuring out how can we do this to 21 days and then another 21 days so that we can start and be leading right up to Thanksgiving. And just being like super organized like that is just so much more beneficial than, you know, spur of the moment, like, okay, I'm going to start this program here, I'm going to do this, and I might do a 3-day refresh. If you yourself are planning out what you are going to do for yourself in your transformation and your story, which is just as important as helping anybody else, your story is just as important, then it's just going to help you with your business. So, like, I personally am, like, pumped to do the 21-day fix again. I can't wait. And it's perfect with Hammer and Chisel obviously coming out.
You guys are gonna love Hammer and Chisel, like love it, and it's so good. And I want everyone to be on board with that. I need everybody to like feel it's gonna be so good. But we have to be smart in October and November with how we promote, how we plan it, how we do things. So once this sneak peek goes up in October, I think it's going to open a lot of doors. We're going to be able to talk about it a lot, and you'll start seeing transformations and stuff like that in the test group. It's going to be really good.
I cannot wait to see the transformations. I'm so pumped for that. But yeah, another thing that came to my mind too, guys, if you don't know me like personally yet, and if you don't know my story, I left my full-time job last year right before the fourth quarter, which is a ballsy thing to do. And I just remember like having this huge surge in my business with After Summit, and Pio had just released, and all these new things were coming out, and it was, you know, my business was booming. And I got to go to leadership as a new 2-star diamond, and everything was all exciting and stuff. And then, you know, everybody always talks about, it's like the unspoken thing of like the slow months in the business. And I had no choice but to just ignore that. I was like, no, I'm not having slow months. There's no slow months for me. I can't have a slow month. I left my job, like I have to just do this. So like Niki said, I just did my shit, and I just like put my blinders on, and I ignored that stigma of like we're gonna have slow months, because I just didn't want to think like that. But you know, obviously, there is some part of it is a reality that, you know, Christmas, leading up to Christmas, people try to save funds here and there, and you know, things might just kind of steady out a little bit. But I just remember Niki telling me over and over again, you know, I would just ask her like, what can I be doing? What should I be doing now? And she said over and over again to me, just stay consistent. Stay consistent with your invites. You still need to be posting on social media because you want to catch that wave in January. And I kept hearing about this big wave that was coming, and I was like, I want to be on that wave. I want to ride it. I want to be on it. So I just kept doing everything I needed to be doing. And in January, it was like, here it is, this big boom. Everybody's New Year's resolutions. Everybody wants to get in shape, and you know, new products are coming out again. It's the time of year we have something new coming out, and it's just this big boom. And to really reap the benefits of the boom, you have to be consistent through these next few months for sure. I think that we have some questions. Let me read them real quick. Okay, so the first one is, computer had a little glitch. Okay. Does she have any brief tips on utilizing Instagram to gain challengers and or new coaches that she has found helpful? She frozen. Hello? Niki? We lose her. She's like, nope, I don't have any tips on Instagram. I'm gone. I don't know where she went. Hello. No, nothing. Maybe we'll give her like 1 minute. Hello?
Wait, here's me talking to you and I was muted.
Like, is there anybody else on this call but me?
Oh my gosh. She's like the emoji, like the girl when she's like,
Yeah, I like want to get a picture of her. That's hilarious. Oh man, what the heck happened?
oh, she left. She's gonna get back in.
Okay, so we'll give her a second to hop back in, hopefully.
That was so funny. She just said she lost connection.
No internet. Okay. All right, guys. So what I'll do then is just shoot Niki the questions that you asked, and I'm sure she'd be more than happy to answer those for you guys. Eric, if you mute yourself for a second. All right, so yeah, I'll have Niki answer those questions because I think she lost her connection, and I will post those in the group for sure. But thank you guys again for hopping on. I really appreciate you guys taking your time out of your night to continue to learn and grow. And for those of you that are catching the recording, thanks for listening as well. This is going to be recorded just straight onto this link. So the same link you clicked on, if you want to go back and re-listen, you can click the same link. And as always, in FlyNation, there's a file labeled team call recordings. We put the link in there anyway so that you have access to it no matter when it is. So I think that's it. Erica, anything else?
Oh, that's it, you guys. Thanks so much. We talked about it before. It is 9:32 p.m. There's so much time left. Do not give up. Follow up with people. If people said that they were going to buy, shoot them another message and just, sometimes I play dumb when it's like down to the wire like this and just say like, hey, I just wanted to make sure, did your order go through? Because I don't see it yet. I just want to make sure that I can help you in any way possible. Do not give up. There's still a lot of time left. Thanks for hitting on.
And if you are something tonight, post it in the group so we can motivate you and help you too.
Yes.
All right, bye guys. Thanks for hopping on.